Welcome back to the Patrick Lane Show, where we talk about personal finance, investing, and real estate. And today we're going to talk about how the hedge funds are getting whacked because of their bad ideas on GameStop. But before we get into that, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. We really appreciate your help in growing the channel. Now, it came out today that our old buddy, our old favorite, our old pal, Melvin Capital, was down 50% almost, 49% in their whole first quarter earnings. And so, we knew kind of back in the beginning that in January when the whole GameStop thing happened that Melvin was down 50% plus. But it's kind of strange to see that now 3 months into this year, they're still struggling to recover what they lost during that initial run-up for GameStop. Now, as we know, we'll go back and talk about how we got here. First of all, Melvin Capital was one of several hedge funds that had severely shorted GameStop. And, we know what happened in January. Everybody saw that the short interest was high. They were listening to Roaring Kitty or DFV and realized that there was a lot of opportunity there to create almost the short squeeze out of this negative sentiment from hedge fund investors. And so retail investors flocked and started buying up GameStop shares pretty cheap. Back in January, GameStop was under $20, of course, remember. And so what happened was these hedge funds that had bet on shorting the GameStop shares and really wanted to short the company into nothingness were starting to feel the burn, feel the heat from the price, the shares rising like crazy. And remember how the whole short squeeze happens is that the shareholder, the hedge fund buys the shares. They anticipate it going down. When they sell the share, then they can loan it out. They can make money off of the difference between what it was when they got control of it and what it was when they had to buy it back and return it to the person they borrowed it from. And so that difference, if the share was at $20 and they thought it was going to go to 15, and so they borrowed it at 20, sold it to somebody at 20, and then were trying to buy it back at 15 and make that $5 spread before they returned it, that gets flipped upside down when the share is at 20 when they get a hold of it, and then it goes to 50 or 100 or 380 in this case, right? So they were losing money hand over fist in January, and they're still losing money because, in spite of what they're saying that they've covered, it's out there on Reddit and it's out there on the Wall Street Bets community and other forums that there's a possibility that synthetic shares, buying hedge fund or buying ETF shares and splitting those up and using all kinds of other tricks and tactics are actually still trying to short GameStop in order to bring that price back down so that they can get out legitimately instead of watching it just run up. So having said that, you would expect that the overall hedge fund would have done fairly well in trying to recover from January's losses to February to March. Now, obviously, it's a huge amount of money that they've got. I mean, I think Melvin Capital itself started the year off with $12.5 billion in assets under management. Now, you talk about a 50% hit to that. That's $6 billion plus that they've lost in the first 3 months. And the bad thing about it is, for them, they lost it in January, really at the end of January, because the squeeze, the pop back then really happened on January 27th, 28th, that time period. And so they made some money back in February, but then I think they were up 7% in February, but then they dropped again in March. And so, we're not sure exactly what they've invested in. That information won't become public till later, but for them to have a huge loss, then try to turn it around, make a little bit of gains, and then drop back off, maybe we can sort of read the tea leaves there, and they've invested in some shady things again. Maybe they're trying to get back into the GameStop play or AMC. We don't know. But the fact that they're still losing money does not bode well for Melvin Capital and Gabe Plotkin. So it's an interesting situation. It is an ongoing situation for Melvin Capital. And frankly, I think it probably shows that despite what they've said back in January that they sold out, they may still be into this GameStop trade through either straight holding the shorted shares or trying to manipulate it some other way. We don't know that. It's just a hunch. Who knows what's really going on? Because it's hard to believe that somebody who was successful enough in driving up the share prices or the investment value for their clients. And remember, that's what they do. They manage assets. So an investor gives their investment to Melvin to manage for them. Melvin then goes out and purchases the assets or invests in a way that they're going to get a better return for their investment clients than if the client had just gone to individual stock picking or bought an ETF of some sort, an index fund or something or other. And so that's really what Melvin is trying to do, is make money for their clients. And to think that somebody was so good at it in 2020 that, Gabe Plotkin himself is reported to have made $850 million almost in 2020. And so that definitely says that he was good at his job in 2020. The problem is that when 2021 hit, those chickens kind of came home to roost when he was putting out all of the shorts on GameStop and AMC and other companies. And I understand shorts. I understand that the reason that the market allows for shorts is to try to get a stock to actually settle where the price should be. But the problem is that when hedge funds are incentivized to drive a company into bankruptcy because they make more money the more that company goes down, it really does not serve a good purpose to that extent in the marketplace. And so, he made a bunch of money for himself. He made a bunch of money for his clients in the past, but it's really, he's really getting punished for it. Melvin's getting punished for it this year by that 53% drop in January, and now even extended out over the first quarter itself, a 49% drop in all of their assets. So to go from $12.5 billion under management to $6 billion under management is quite a drop for somebody who was riding so high. So do me a favor, tell me what you think. Is this just sort of, he's getting what he deserves? Or is it something where he's got to learn from his mistakes and maybe not try to destroy companies, even if he is does take a short position in a company? And what do you think? What's going to happen to Melvin Capital? Is $6 billion enough? Do you want him to lose more? Or have they learned their lesson? And either way, are you going to continue to diamond hand on GME and AMC and other stocks? Or is this the end and it's just going to settle out and be $180, $170 stock from here on out? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next video.